Hello everyone, I am Veos and welcome back to another Kerbal space program video, space, NASA, space stations, all that wonderful space stuff. Today we will be talking about space stations. Now in the 3 or 4 videos that have come out previously, you've been seeing a lot of these huge, giant space stations. Now, most of you who play Kerbal Space Program know that when you build a space station, the part count can be freaking outrageous. Especially if you're like me and you like to detail each module so that by the time you manually build it in orbit, it's like freaking 500 parts. And as we all know, in Kerbal Space Program, part count is a serious problem. Even though I love Kerbal Space Program, when it calculates a part, it calculates each and every single part in that station or ship. It calculates its drag, it calculates its position in space, it calculates its physics, it calculates everything. And even if you have some sort of mega computer system with freaking quantum physics, something just giant, ultra supercomputer, even if you have that, you are sadly limited to the fact that this is an old game and, the programming wasn't really designed to take that kind of load. So no matter how powerful your computer gets, part count will run everything into the ground. And you'll end up having to play Kerbal Space Program at 1 frames per second. So with this limitation in mind, every time I build something, that's what I look for. I look for how can I simplify this design to lower the part count. And one of the ways to lower part count is to use fairings. Fairings can be designed in all different shapes and sizes, and the game treats them as one part. That is, of course, until you stage it. However, you can make it so they never stage. And some of these fairings in this game are pretty big. So a giant station that would normally be close to 2,000 parts can now be maybe 100. Most of the part count would come from the little details and stuff that you put around the station, but other than that, you can really lower the part count by using fairings. People ask me all the time, Veos, how do you launch these things into space? You think I got time for that shit? It's called Alt F12. Now I could technically, spend a whole day trying to figure out how to launch these things into freaking orbit, but nah. You can also make fairings into a type of dry dock in orbit. Like I said, some of these fairings are pretty big, so the biggest one you got can hold a relatively decent sized spacecraft inside of it. Theoretically speaking, there really is no limit to just how big you can make a space station, and when you use fairings in order to build the space station, you can get it to a pretty big size before you have to start worrying about part count. So as of right now, I did have a very large station around Kerbin and a medium-sized one around the moon. But these stations were more of test stations, prototypes to see just how far I could go with the different types of designs and if I could actually lower the part count any. I believe with a few more tweaks they can be minimalized to almost nothing and still look good. If I can make a space station like 50 parts, that would be amazing and still be big enough to be usable. So because of that, I had to build a little spacecraft to go rescue all the Kerbals that were at the space stations and properly dispose of the prototype space stations. But not without filming it, of course. Of course, destruction, it's a good way to learn just what things are made out of, for science, of course. I really liked how the debris kind of spun around like a big old tail. That whole thing that's like, what was it? Anyway, it was cool just watching it. All the directions of the debris and whatnot. But anyway, this is all I got time for today. And I think what I'll start doing is I'll make a small little shout out to a random channel. Not horribly random, you know, obviously it's somebody I saw and whatnot. But just a small little random shout out at the end of my videos. Something just, it's like, you know, just a real quick, hey, this person's pretty cool, check them out, and then go on. I think I'm going to start doing that actually. Try to help people out, you know? Yeah, I think I'm going to start doing that. So here's the first shout out for this video. I'll leave a link of the channel in the description below. Go ahead, check them out, give them some love. And if you like this video, please leave a like. And if you love this video, consider subscribing. We also have a membership program. If you become a member, you get cool little emojis and badges and stuff next to your name. Pretty cool, check it out. And don't forget to click that bell notification so that YouTube will remind you that I've uploaded something instead of leaving you into the dark, into the dust, never to see the light of day. Damn you, YouTube. Blech. Love you all, stay safe, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now. Bye-bye.